You're interviewing me?
No, we have questions. Hi guys. Bless his family.
Oh, okay. All right. We do. Don't do that face again. Take it away.
Hi guys.
Bless fam, what to do? Welcome to, I believe this will be on her channel. So, yeah, ma'am, take us away.
You have a channel?
What is it called? I archive much of my videos. But yeah, I do.
We had gotten a lot of questions. We are newlyweds as of 10 days ago.
Correct.
And we got in a lot of questions. 11. On a lot of things. I have been been active on social media for the past 5+ years. We were out there in like 2017 a little bit in my page, but we quickly took it off and I kept us very private. And I know I don't have to do this, but I kind of wanted to answer you guys' question because I feel like we have a community going on and we are friends and I want to explain it because I want to. And Mostafa was down for that, so.
Let's give it a go.
Okay, how long have you been dating? What are you gonna say, 6 years? We always get this messed up, but around 6 years?
Yeah, so truth is it's on and off for 6 years.
Right, that's a good way to put it. Where did you meet?
We met through mutual friends. She says at a club, I don't think.
It was, Mostafa, okay, the first time we saw each other, it was through mutual friends, but where were we?
It was actually at a lounge.
Okay, what's the difference between a lounge and a club?
It's different, man.
Were we dancing?
There was music.
Yeah, it was a club, guys.
I don't know, I just feel some type of way about letting people know that I met my wife at a club. It's like...
But it wasn't like that. We literally had mutual friends that were talking. And during that time, my friend and I would come out from Long Island. And so she's like, hey, I don't want to come out from Long Island alone, bring some friends. But it wasn't like he kicked it to me at the club. That was not the setup at all. He actually had his best man in the photos. He actually came with him and the other guy that was talking to my friend. And so, yeah, we didn't even exchange, I think, names. Like, I think he pulled me out to dance a few bachatas and that was it.
Correct.
It wasn't like that. Okay. Did he ask your parents?
I did. I first spoke with her mom, and then I spoke with her mom and dad together. And then I kind of was a little unorthodox because even after I proposed, I circled back and had another conversation with her dad, just like to make sure I was in the clear. But yes, I did.
Well, fun fact, my dad is I am very like my dad. We are, I guess, outgoing and we are cracking jokes and we're that kind of personality. So when we were speaking with my dad and my mom on FaceTime, I kind of mentioned like, oh, he wants to talk to you. And he knew, like he took it, like obviously if he wanted to talk to me, you know. And he said something right away. He said, I live my life in a way that if others are happy, I'm happy for them. Like you don't have to ask, like kind of it was like our decision. So I guess that gave himself kind of like a feeling of like, all right, well, he's cool with it. So, but he did speak to my mom and we FaceTimed with my dad, etc. So another question is how you kept it so quiet or out of sight. Well, for me, my page, this is something I vulnerably sometimes struggle with, but I try to keep my page, I don't even want to call it business, but it is the platform where I run my business through. So sometimes some things I'm like, am I getting too off business, right? Like, am I being too much of a blogger or too much of a, because my purpose is to help people, get to their health and fitness goal and maintain it. So sustainable, long-term goals. It was something that was hard for me when I used to do so many yo-yo diets before becoming a personal trainer. So one of the reasons why I kept it off, we were on and off, never because of like the usual, somebody cheated on somebody, nothing like that. We just had, God was our priority and we had to figure out how we were going to align our lives given the fact that he's Muslim from Egypt and I am not Muslim from Egypt. So that was like I never wanted to put something inconsistent up on social media, and also I do treat my social media as my business. Even though, as you guys know, because you follow me, I'm very open with like my lifestyle and what I do, and we're making this video. So, but that's how I kept it off site or so quiet. Is your TikTok? My TikTok is just my Instagram. When I was little, I used to be like, oh, my name is so long or so this, but I'm so glad now. Because I don't have to put like an L, a 27 at the end. It's just Rebel CC.
Yeah, I've never met Rebel CC for sure.
How did it all started? That's a good one. That's not how
So basically, after we had met at this lounge going out scene, I ended up going away for college to play baseball in Michigan for 2 years. So much of the people I were in contact with in New York, which is where Rebelsi and I met, we pretty much fell out of contact. Even my friend who was talking to your friend, him and I weren't as much in contact as we were before. So I finished school, graduated, came back home, got a job. I was working down on Wall Street, and her friend came up as like a mutual friend for me on Facebook. So I was like, holy cow, like it's been so long, how's it going, how are you? I reached out, sent a message, and we were just briefly catching up, right? It's been a couple years since we had last spoken, and that was pretty much the depth of it. But then Rebelsi popped up as like, this is somebody, you know, like the suggested friend kind of thing. I was like, holy cow. And I'm checking out her page and I'm seeing she's so deep into personal training now. When I had first met her, she was, into ballet, and I think that was pretty much it.
I have to say though, when you first met me, I was very young. I was 19 years old. And now you had left. Not that 19 and 21 is a huge difference, but it was for me because there was a lot of growth that happened. I was like in college during those times. I was no longer in college, and I was pursuing to start my own business as a personal trainer, like have my own fitness studio.
Yeah. So that's pretty much was like, there's some common interest there, right? Like I was big into working out. It was like, and I think every athlete, if there's any fellas listening to this, I'm sure if you played any sport in college or even in high school, for the most part, after you're done playing, you aspire to keep the shape or the performance or whatever you did after playing. You want to kind of keep that, you know, especially going into your 20s and your 30s. So for me, I was like, I literally used to motivate myself, and I hope this doesn't come off offensive to anyone, but I would be like, man, I don't want to get fat, right? I was just kind of like plain simple. After playing or after no longer playing, I don't want to get fat. I don't want to be overweight. So I pushed myself extremely hard to keep up a lot of the disciplines that I acquired playing college sports, you know, and working out and all that. So when I saw her page and she was personal training, I'm like, okay, there's some common interest there. And I literally reached out with that intention. I know, again, some people are listening like, yeah, right.
Me too.
You too what?
I also thought like you kind of liked me or something, or thought I was cute or something.
Nah.
But who would work out with somebody like just to where I would never hit up, like if I was a guy, I would not hit up a girl just because she's like, oh, I paint. She's painting now. Me personally, but
yeah, it was strange. I don't know, but I can just honestly say, in the very beginning, that was not my intention, right? It was just like, I'm just hitting up a friend, someone that I've known from the past. We now have common interest. It'll be cool to catch up and just see, and that was the depth of it. So we started talking briefly through Facebook Messenger. Even I didn't even have her number, and then I invited her to come down and work out with me. So she lived in Long Island, which is for non-New Yorkers, that's about like almost an hour, right? Almost an hour away if you're driving. Almost an hour away from where I was living, which was in Queens. So she came down and we got to work out together. That's kind of how it started. And then from there, it slowly elevated.
To my defense, a lot of the people when you get a lot of the people when you get started as a personal trainer, everyone's like, we need to work out. I want to work out with you, because they start to see you as like the serious person. Like, she's going to the gym. I need to get with that person so that I go to the gym too. So a lot of people will say like, let's get a workout in. Like that was like the kind of like thing. And I'd be like, yeah, cool, let's do it. But it would never happen. It's kind of like when you see like old friends like, yeah, we should hang out, we should meet up. And it just never happened. So I didn't think it was going to actually happen. But during that time in my life, I was like very lonely. I was feeling like oh man, I did all of this. Here I am. I wanted to be a personal trainer. I wanted all of this, and feeling like kind of like empty. Like when you work so hard for a goal and you get there and you're like, but this is not it. Like why I'm not this or that. So I was very open to like meeting people, going to places, and yeah. So we went and we worked out. It's kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie to you, because I got there and he had headphones on. And in my head, I'm like,
hey, I was serious about my workouts.
yeah, I can tell. I was like, who's trying to get a workout in with somebody and catch up, but they had headphones on? And then after we had like a high school friends reunion, he did invite me, but I was like, nah. So then we kept talking, but it turned into kind of like mentorship. Because Mostafa is somebody who I always admired in terms, like from there on. I can tell Mustafa's kind of like those people you can have a conversation about anything and he's gonna have an input. Like he's well known, or not well known. That's like a lot of people know you. What do you call it? Like when?
Well versed.
I guess. And he gave me a book, and it was called The Power of Now. And that's when I started to play around, you know, with the idea of law of attraction and the idea of being in the present moment and the idea of like becoming conscious of my thoughts. And that was huge. Like for any of you guys who's had that moment or read that book or saw that video that you start to question like, who am I and why am I here? And all these questions. He awakened that through a book. So our conversations would go on deep and deep and deep. And we would just casually go.
And eventually she fell in love with my
No,
brilliance.
hold on.
Oh, sorry.
We would have these really deep conversations, and he just started to help me. I remember one time I asked him, I was like, why are you so nice? Because it wasn't only me. He would help me, he would help my cousin, he would help anybody that he could help. And he was saying something like, I thrive off this. Like I thrive of helping others. And I remember the first person I ever set goals with was with Mostafa. First person who was like dream board. One time we went to grab, I think coffee or something at a Starbucks, and next door was Michael's, and we literally went and got like a board, and he would check in on my business because I had no business background. I opened my own business and say, how was it today? When he would get off work, he would call me and he would ask me like, how many clients did you have in your classes? But it wasn't flirtatious at all. Like it was straight up as if, like, let's pretend I was paying him to be my mentor, and he was kind of like checking in on me. And yeah, but I never saw it like that. And then one day we kissed, and it's like, whoa. What is going on? The next day I messaged him this long text, and I was like, I consider you like a mentor, and like, you know, let's never do that again. And here we are.